Sarvadharmasthapakatvam sarvadharmasvarupakaha acharyanam mahacharyo Ramakrishnaya te namaha. O establisher of all the faiths, embodiment of all the religions, the greatest teacher among all the teachers, O Sri Ramakrishna, my salutations to you. Sri Ramakrishna, having refreshed our knowledge and memories of his earlier teachings of how the mind transcends from the lowermost plane of the Mooladhara till the Sahasrara and what experience the mind gets, that he has beautifully explained step by step. Till the time a person is attached to material enjoyments, attached to lust and greed, the mind is just entangled in the lower three planes, the Mooladhara, the Swadhisthana and the Manipura Chakra. At that time, the thoughts are completely focused only on lust and greed, woman and gold. And the mind cannot even comprehend of any divinity. It is the lowermost stage of any being for that matter. Getting entrapped into the worldliness. And then as slowly the mind transcends up, a person starts thinking what is beyond. And from the bound stage, a person gets into the stage of mumukshu, starts at least becoming curious of what is there ahead, what is ahead, what is there beyond the worldly temptations. Is there anything? When the mind comes to such a state, then it starts transcending up. And as the mind comes at the state of heart, at the anahata chakra, suddenly the person is made aware of something wonderful, something divine. The first ray of divine light sparks in his life for that matter. And the moment the person is made aware of the divine light, he just starts exclaiming, what is this? What is this? I have been totally unaware of this kind of experience till the time I was entangled in those lower three chakras. Now I have experienced something much better than those worldly temptations. I have seen the light, and he sees some hope of going beyond just seeing that light. Then the mind again goes up, comes to the level of Vishuddha Chakra, from Anahata to Vishuddha. And it is on the verge of almost in the pure form, the purest of the pure form. And gone are all those past tendencies. Gone are all those wicked tendencies. And the person just enjoys chanting the name of the Lord, singing the glories of the Lord, getting into the company of the holy, getting into the company of devotees. And then there is no coming back for that person. Now, entangling in those three lowermost planes is a history that is gone and done with. Now it is nothing but chanting the name, singing the glories, singing bhajans, singing kirtans. And from here, again the journey continues. The transcendental journey continues till here. And then what? The first vision of the formless Brahman in the form, in the divine form. The devotee, the spiritual aspirant, sees the chosen deity in its clear form. Now, that is the ultimate enjoyment for the devotee. When the devotee sees the form of his chosen deity, what more he wants then? He doesn't want anything. But the process doesn't stop here, Sri Ramakrishna says. After the mind comes here, because there is still a barrier, there is still a barrier between the chosen deity and the devotee. A devotee cannot go and embrace the chosen deity. The child cannot go and embrace the mother. There is still certain barrier. Although it is a harmless ego, the ego is still there. The ego prevents the devotee, prevents the spiritual aspirant to becoming one with the chosen deity. And therefore, the mind again transcends up, comes to the Sahasrara, and that is the end of it. The mother and the child become one. The master and the servant become one. The friend and friend, they become one. There is no me and you. All the dualistic thought is gone now. There is no duality. There is only one Advaita. One Advaita of one becoming one with the Satchidananda Brahma. So Sri Ramakrishna has taught us. Now, after listening to this, of course, Vaishnava Charan Goswami has, Vijay Krishna Goswami has already listened to this from Sri Ramakrishna. But, you know, these devotees, these intimate devotees, they are greedy to listen to it more and more from their beloved Guru. So now Vijay Krishna Goswami again poses this question to Sri Ramakrishna, like Arjuna, always posing those questions to Sri Krishna to clear, not only just to clear their doubts, but to clear the doubts of all other listeners to the gospel, all other readers of the Vachanamrita, of the Kathamrita. So Vijay Krishna Goswami asked this question to Sri Ramakrishna. What does a man see when he attains the knowledge of Brahman after reaching the seventh plane? Now here Sri Ramakrishna has told, the devotee sees the form of Satchidananda, the Saguna Brahman. Devotee sees with the mind, comes here. So now Vijay Krishna Goswami poses this question, at what more does a devotee see when the mind comes here? Here if the devotee is seeing the form of the Saguna Brahman, what does a devotee see when the mind comes here? And what Sri Ramakrishna tells, that what happens when the mind reaches the seventh plane cannot be explained. For explaining, you need somebody, isn't it? When the mind comes here on the Sahasrara, the duality is vanished. Now, who will talk of whom? Who will explain of which vision? Cannot be explained. That vision, that experience cannot be explained in the word, cannot be described. It is just to be experienced. And then Sri Ramakrishna again gives that his favorite examples for the attainment of samadhi. His favorite examples for attaining the samadhi is the boat entering the backwaters. When the boat enters backwaters, it doesn't come back. It goes once for all, and then we don't know what is beyond. Once a boat enters the backwaters of the ocean, it does not return. Then nobody knows what happens to the boat after that. Once it goes, that's it. That's it. It just vanishes, it evaporates, it just merges into the backwaters. Therefore, the boat cannot give us any information about the ocean. Once it goes to the backwaters, that is the end of it. There is no description what lies there. So that is one example Sri Ramakrishna always gives on attaining the state of samadhi. Second, his most favorite example, the salt doll. We have heard that example so many times, and every time we hear, we want to again and again to listen to that example quoted by Sri Ramakrishna, so that we understand what he has taught us in terms of samadhi. The salt doll. Once a salt doll went to measure the depth of ocean. Now what happens when salt doll goes to the ocean? What will happen when salt doll, it enters the ocean? No sooner did it enter the waters than it melted. It became one with the ocean. Now is she going to come back and tell us, oh, this is how the ocean is. This is what I have seen everything over there. There is no way of salt at all coming back to us and giving the description of how is the ocean, what lies beneath, which all creatures are there, hidden inside the ocean. We can't come to know about it at all. Now, who could tell how deep the ocean was? The moment the doll entered ocean, that was it. She had gone with the intention to measure the depth of the ocean, to see what all is there in the ocean and come and tell us, come back and tell us. But what happens? The moment the salt doll enters, that's the end of it. That which could have told about its depth, it has melted. It is gone. Reaching the seventh plane, the mind is annihilated. The man goes into samadhi, and what he feels, what he experiences, cannot be described in words. This is what happens when the person goes in samadhi. Till here, yes, he can. Till the Agnya Chakra, man can even describe how beautiful his mother is. Man can describe the Saguna Brahman. 4 hands, 3 eyes, all these things can be described. But what happens over here, Sri Ramakrishna says, that it just cannot describe once a person enters samadhi. The I that makes one a worldly person and attaches one to woman and gold, the I, the ego, that makes a person attached to the worldly things, attach that person to the woman and gold, attach that person to lust and greed, is the wicked I, Sri Ramakrishna says. The intervention of this ego creates the difference between the jiva and the Atman. This ego, this me and mine, that is the barrier between the jivatman and the paramatman. Water appears to be divided into 2 parts if one puts a stick across it. Suppose there is a lake and we put stick on the surface of the water. We feel that, okay, some water, that part of the stick, some water, this part of the stick. This I is the stick. This ego is the stick which makes us appear the water to be divided between this side of stick and that side of stick. Remove the stick and there remains only one water as before. The moment you lift that stick out, again the water is same. There is no difference in the water. Now Sri Ramakrishna says, now what is this wicked I? This wicked I is the worst culprit for that matter. The wicked I which entangles us into the worldly entanglements. This wicked I which traps us into the worldly traps. What is this wicked I? It is the ego that says, Sri Ramakrishna is now explaining, it is the ego that it says, what? Don't they know me? I have so much money, I have so much properties, I am such and such. Who is wealthier than me? That is the wicked I. If a thief robs such a man of only 10 rupees, first of all, he wrings the money out of the thief and then he gives him a good beating. Now, otherwise he will keep on boasting about his treasures and his properties. But if a thief steals 10 rupees from this person, will he allow that thief to go with that 10 rupees? No. After all, he is the owner of such a huge property. He is the owner of such a huge treasure. I have this and I have that. Now that thief has taken just a 10 rupee from him. He has stolen 10 rupees from him. Will this person allow a thief to go with the 10 rupees? No. He will catch hold of him. He will thrash him. How dare you steal my money? He might be having crores of rupees in his treasury there, hidden. But he cannot part with thief taking that 10 rupee note. But the matter doesn't end there. The thief is handed over to the police and is eventually sent to jail. The wicked eye says, what? Doesn't the rogue know whom he has robbed? To steal my 10 rupees, how dare he? So this is what the wicked eye does. wicked eye has already accumulated so many ills. But the wicked eye doesn't allow anyone to take away anything from those ills. Even those ills, even those bad things, he won't allow anyone to take. So that is the wicked eye. So wicked eye is, as Sri Ramakrishna teaches us, this wicked eye, that is the biggest damager for our spiritual progress. This is the wicked eye which keeps us entangled in the lower three planes. This wicked eye doesn't allow the mind to reach to the level of anahata chakra. But somehow, if a person, if a mumukshu, if a spirit, if that wicked eye gets slight taste of divinity, then the same wicked eye can start turning into the benevolent eye. Then this wicked eye, once it becomes from wicked eye to a devotee eye, once this wicked eye converts from wicked eye to the child eye of my mother, the servant eye of my master, the friend eye of my dear friend, then the transformation starts taking place, and then the mind starts transcending to the higher and higher planes. But Sri Ramakrishna again cautions us that this wicked eye is the biggest culprit on the path of spiritual progress. So this is our teaching today as far as what happens after the samadhi. When Vijay Krishna Goswami asked that, does the person get any more visions? No more visions. Everything is merged into one. But there is a stumbling block. There is a great hindrance in attaining to that state. And then Sri Ramakrishna cautions us, it is this wicked eye. This is what we have to get rid of it first. This wicked eye we have to change. This wicked eye, we have to tame it and throw the wickedness out of it. That is Sri Ramakrishna's teaching today to us. Om Namah Shri Bhagavate Ramakrishnaya. Jai Thakur, Jai Ma, Jai Swamiji. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.